My name's Suris. I talk about politics and other shit. I also have a Magic the Gathering channel and another channel that K-Fox is probably going to put up here. That said, no, God, I can't hear this sound again. Oh my God. You don't want to see this? You don't want to see this again? Guys. The President of the United States has shot himself.
I appreciate it. Thank you, please. Thank you.
I love when it freezes. That's great.
Much. I appreciate it. Thank you, please. Thank you.
Mr. President, can you respond to the new Fox poll that says people think ICE's tactics are too aggressive?
Okay. Said a shit has hit his underwear. The President of the United States has shit it. He has shit it. They said Lady in Green tasted it.
Mr. President, can you respond to the new Fox poll that says people think ICE's tactics are too...
A shat has hit. It covered his eyes. Jessa says, I didn't hear it. Literally the Antichrist of a staunch whale guts for fun. Jake says, a second shid has hit the underwear. A second shid has hit the underwear. You said you heard it that time? Let me see.
Much. I appreciate it. Thank you, please. Thank you.
Mr. President, can you respond?
Much. I appreciate it. Thank you, please. Thank you.
Okay, so towards the end...
Mr. President, can you respond to the new Fox poll that says people think ICE's tactics are too aggressive?
So I don't hear the same thing y'all are hearing. I don't hear the shid. Said go back further? Okay, hold on.
Mr. President, can you respond to the new Fox poll that says people think ICE's tactics are too aggressive?
Let me see here. Rebecca Jones. I want to see if there's anything else here. The Brown press conference, Trump 5 minutes later. Ladies and gentlemen, what you just heard, and frankly, but some of you began to smell, was a historic moment. A lot of people are calling it the big movement. Fucking hell. At the 34-second mark? Okay. Jake Pete Sounds, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
Some great things here.
Opioids faster than the government has been able on addressing that because chemists are coming up with new opioids faster than the government has.
I hear it now. Okay, I do hear it now. There it is. Yeah, the president shot himself live on TV. Now, let's talk about what that means. There's a fascinating conversation about this. There's a fascinating conversation to be had here. I promise you. Because when Yahoo News, which is, they're not left-wing by any measure, they are a very centrist-y organization when it comes to reporting the news. They're usually pretty reliable. But Yahoo News is running defense for this. Let's go ahead and check it out. At least Snopes is running defense for this, and Yahoo is reporting on it. Rumors circulated online in late January and early February that President Donald Trump ended an Oval Office news conference early after soiling himself. Users on social media networks such as X, archived, Blue Sky, archived, and Facebook shared the rumor. It's been so many years, it's hard for me to keep calling it Twitter, because what Twitter was and what X is are two different fucking beasts. Neural says, I mean, if you have to say the president didn't shit himself, what are we even doing? In the video posted by Forbes, a news conference during which Trump signed an executive order aimed at addiction recovery efforts, the president appears to abruptly end the discussion and signal for reporters to be removed from the room. Photographers of the event are available to view, or photographs from the event are available to view. While the video was authentic, it showed no signs of manipulation. There was no evidence to support the claim that Trump pooped himself during the meeting. Except the part where you can hear him have a little poopy, an itty teensy weeny bitty tiny itty bitty poopy. It's completely unsubstantiated, except for the fact that we can hear the little poopy. Now, the reason I say there's a fascinating conversation to talk about in regards to this is there is an argument that making fun of the incontinence of the President of the United States somehow means that you are being ageist and ableist, because there are people who are not able to control their bowel movements, and it sucks for them. Hey, guess what? I will let you know right now, as you get older, The thing that identifies that you're getting older is how well you can trust a fart. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If you can't trust a fart, you know you're getting older. You know you're getting up there in age. I agree with that. I agree. However, I believe that any argument that tries to begin or end with the way you're making fun of the fascist president of the United States who wants your loved ones dead is wrong and dumb. My argument for why it is wrong and dumb begins and ends with the fact that he is the fascist president of the United States who does not give a shit about any of you and actively has signed policy that can and will and has led to the deaths of people. I believe that when you are at that level, of power and influence, you should not be above being made fun of. You're a human just like any of us here, but when you have done the things Trump has done, that is a perfectly fucking that is a perfectly valid target. And it is okay to ridicule them. And if you are the kind of person who sees me ridiculing somebody who is a fascist, who is evil, who is doing all kinds of terrible things, and you see yourself as the potential target for that ire, that says a whole lot more about your own personal views on yourself than it does about me. Neurochemist says, hey, now, I'm insulted as a human to be classed the same as him. Laughable says, but Suris, if you make fun of a fascist because he shitted and farted, doesn't that make you as bad as exactly? I think it's the stupid they go low, we go high shit. If a Democrat did this, every single member of the right wing, every single fucking one of them across every single network would be doing the same thing. They would be making a joke about how the president shatted his diapers. Every single fucking one of them would. And I believe to pretend for some strange reason that we are above such tactics because we are simply better people is laughable. I'm not. I'm going to make fun of them. Absolutely. 110%. President Trampy shatted his diaper. That's the video, everybody. Fox News would audio boost that shit to infinity. Jassa says they talked about Joe falling up the stairs his entire term. Exactly. Now, there is another side of this conversation that I think is fascinating. And it is the conversation that happens if Yahoo News and Snopes by extension are correct, and he didn't actually shitted his diaper. If that didn't actually happen, does that mean that all of us have egg on our faces? No. No, it does not. Let me explain. So, in an ideal world where everybody gave a flying fuck about truth, justice, and the American way, then yes, I would agree that we should not lie about the President of the United States. And the argument that I would give is the argument I have given in the past, where there is enough dumb shit that he has actually done, we don't need to make up things that he has done. But when it is something so inconsequential, and when the President of the United States has stooped to the exact same level, has escalated rhetoric far beyond that point, to pretend that that rhetoric is beneath us because of some moral high horse that I promise you, if you stand on long enough, you will fall off, and the higher it is, the longer the fall, to pretend somehow that we are above making fun of him for something that might not have even happened is wild to me as well. You know why? Two reasons. Reason number one, we've already done this before. How many of you care? About the underlying truth about whether or not JD Vance fucks couches? None of you do. Not a single one of you do. But we all make that joke. We all do. Why? Because it gives us some semblance of power over the person who quite literally could legislate us out of existence. The guy who the Supreme Court has said could have you assassinated. because it was a official order of the president and well within his powers to do so, and there's not a damn thing that anybody could do as far as an investigation is concerned. To argue that there is not utility in trying to strip any amount of power from that individual because of some goddamn moral high horse is the wildest shit to me. And it's one of the things that makes us lose. It is one of the things that makes us lose. And it is a strategy that our enemies are using very well. Here, let me demonstrate. Let me see if I can find the video. Let me see if I can find the video. Ah, here it is.
Was on CNN yesterday and admitted that he created the story about Haitian migrants eating animals.
If I have to,
But it wasn't just a meme,
create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do.
If I have to create stories so that the American people understand that our current president is a goddamn joke, then that's what I'm going to do. Absolutely. 110%. Now, I'm not going to do it personally, in the sense that I'm going to say he wrote this executive order and that executive order is shown to not be a thing that exists. I'm not going to fucking do that. Because I think that there is a strict utility that shows that we're just fucking lying if we do that. However, if it is something so benign as the president of the United States suffers from incontinence, I don't care whether or not that's true. I'm going to point and laugh at the fucker. I'm going to point and laugh at him. Because it gives me, and it gives you, dear viewer, some semblance, some tiny bit of power away from them. That laughter that you gained when you think about the president shitting his pants on stage, that laughter right there is an ounce of power you have taken directly from the hands of a fascist administration. And guess what? You deserve it. You do deserve it. Make fun of them. Ridicule them. Let them know they are fucking jokes that are well below your threshold of respect. Because like Naki is pointing out in the chat, there is one thing that fascism is very weak to. Every single Ubermensch-styled philosophy is weak to ridicule. The reason that they build their image of being the strongman up as high as they do is because they are scared of being unmasked as anything but that. Yenafel, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yenafel says, also, if I ever stop laughing at shid or fard, take me out back, please. Look, if I had a media badge, I would be willing to risk it in order to ask the President of the United States, sir, the people want to know, do that ass shid or do that ass fard? And I know for a fact I'd be kicked the fuck out. But goddamn, it would be worth it. Laughable says, I am. Trump made an executive order that said the president is allowed. You are not above that. You will say Trump made an EO that said the president of the United States is allowed to poopy his diaper. Jake says, I can't deny that it really upsets me and I find myself able to be triggered by things, which is on me. Something I'm so angry that I don't want to joke about it. Sometimes I'm so angry I don't want to joke about it. That's fair. That's fair. I do not think there is utility in lying about consequential actions that the president or his staff have taken, because any lie in that regard would be used to show that we, as a group of people, we on the left, we, if you consider yourself a liberal, whatever, that we don't care about the truth. But we do, when it comes to things that are consequential. But when it comes to something like the president poopy his diaper, I don't give a shit if that's real or not. I'm going to take that power from him regardless. My president doesn't give a shit about the truth, so when it comes to whether or not he shat his diapers, I don't know if I care about it either, honestly. I want the reality where I get to take that power from him. And that's my thoughts on the matter. Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.